So this is other part of the video. Here we will be discussing a numerical based on the sonoluminescence effect. So if you have not seen my first part of the video, do see it. Otherwise you will have some problem in understanding the situation and the question, because I will not be explaining all this mechanism in full detail, because I have already discussed this mechanism in my previous video. So if you want to know the mechanism of the problem, you can just see my previous video. So here you can see sonoluminescence is the phenomenon of emission of light from imploding small bubbles in a liquid, which occurs from excitation of bubble by sound waves. The collapsing bubble heats the gas inside the bubble extremely high temperatures. The goal of this problem is to estimate the upper limit of the temperature inside the bubble after its collapse. So we have to find the temperature. So SL process described with three main steps. Under negative pressure effect from ultrasonic wave in the fluid, bubble expands isothermally. So bubble will expand isothermally. We have to point out some important words. From radius RA to the radius RB is given at 5.22, 550.10 minus 6 meter. So it is a considerable increase here in the pressure. So ambient temperature of the fluid is T naught, which is 300 Kelvin. So after the sound wave is passed by, pressure in the fluid, again after the sound wave is passed by, after it has been passing the sound wave has already passed by, the pressure fluid again becomes equal to the normal atmospheric pressure, causing bubble to collapse from radius RB to RC. So what happened? Sound wave was given. Sound wave will create a negative pressure effect. So sound wave will create a negative pressure effect. The bubble will expand, and then again when the bubble when the sound wave will be just passes by, then again it will expand. Okay, it will expand from radius. Bubble will collapse from RB to RC again. Okay, so it will collapse. First it will expand, and first it will expand and then it will collapse. Okay, so here the radius will be RC, here the radius is RB, and here the radius is RA. In the three situations, bubble implodes extremely fast to the radius C, 1.0 10 to the power minus 6 meter, controlled by van der Waals hardcore parameters of the gas. At this moment, temperature inside the bubbles becomes so hot that the bubble emits light at RC. So here the radius is given as a function of time, and we can find this function by solving the differential equation, either the Euler-Milkis equation formulation, or the prosperity formulation, or the Rayleigh-Placet formulation. Okay, any of the formulations we can use to find the equation of this bubble. Okay, yeah, sorry, equation of the radii of the bubble. So the typical collapse velocity of the bubble is extremely large, reaching 4 times of the speed of the sound in gas. So regular equation for quasi-static adiabatic process should be used with caution. So here we have to use the non-quasi-static equation. Now what are non-quasi-static processes, I will be discussing in the upcoming videos on the channel. Okay, so estimate temperature inside the bubble at collapse state Tc, assuming that the process BC is non-quasi-static. At the same time, even for the collapsed state with a very small radius, can be assumed ideal gas law for the gas inside the bubble is applied. Okay, so we will just apply the ideal gas law and not the van der Waals gas law, otherwise the question will be really hardcore. Okay, so here all assume that gas inside the bubble is mainly pure oxygen, so Laplace surface tension effect is much more smaller, so we can just neglect that effect here. So here is the solution of the problem. Okay, so here we can just say that taking state A, and the bubble is in equilibrium, okay, with conditions P naught T naught. So P naught can be written as nR T naught, P V naught, P naught V naught is nR T naught. So n moles of ideal gas. Okay, now when the collapse of the bubble takes place, it is a non-quasi-static process and an adiabatic process. So here the pressure outside must be equal to P naught. So for compressing the bubble, the work must be done. So I'm compressing the bubble from B to C because the radii is decreasing. So we must have done some amount of work, and that will be equal to the internal energy. Now this is decrease in the volume, this is the pressure. So P naught PdV, the amount of work done, is equal to the change in internal energy. From that equation and this equation, for the first condition in state A, when the sound wave already passed by and there we got an equilibrium condition, P naughts get cancelled. What is P naught? In the previous question where we discussed about the Milkis Keller-Milkis equation formulation, there we saw one terms as PA. That term was the driving pressure. So the driving pressure gets cancelled when the bubble was stabilized. This is the stabilizing pressure that's get cancelled, and here we get the temperature. Now here if we consider it to be an adiabatic process, we just apply TV power gamma minus 1 is constant. Here we talked in the terms of energy, okay, in the non quasi-static interpretation. In the adiabatic interpretation we talk about the temperature in the terms of TV to the power gamma minus 1. Since the gas was a diatomic gas, here we can consider it to be 33 point, approximately putting all the values given in the question, we'll get 33 into 10 to the power 3 Kelvin. It's a very high temperature actually, and here we'll get 120 into 10 to the power 3 Kelvin. I hope you like the question. Thank you.